Yes, indeed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Shadow, I did send you the link over on Instagram, so there you go. Omer Glitch in the house. We have uh, Reverend of Self Destruction in the house. Although I don't like these names. When will that be corrected by YouTube? Will it ever be corrected? And does it only happen on my channel? I don't know. Yes, my 60th birthday was yesterday. Not really in a talkative mood today, but we'll get through it. Hit that like and share out and help push out the stream. Absolutely. Um, yeah, I just got up out of bed, dragged the comb across my head. Yes, that's probably very prophetic song there for the Beatles. Move those out of my way. Out of my way, out of my way, Peck. You remember that line from Willow? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Shadowhawk. Caw, caw, caw. No? Oh,
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me, Rex?
unfortunately, yes. Yes, of course I can hear you, and you're sounding marvelous today. How are you today, brother?
I'm hanging in there, my friend. Hanging in there. How's your
Mm-hmm.
birthday, man? Did you stay up late last night?
I did. We had a draw stream last night. I actually had to go check that out through what do they call it? I always want to, yeah, Firefox. I always want to invert it and call it Foxfire in my
Yeah.
mind. Yeah. But Firefox, yeah, on Firefox we did have a draw stream. It was my turn on the rotation from Omer's show, Drawing Friends, episode 25, Sunday Fun Day Art Nights. Good response.
Ah,
We got people on average watched almost 21 minutes, and it says the peak was 14. I saw some more on the number than that. My watch, I'm just looking at it now. My watch time hours are up. My views are up in the green today. So after that, so that's great. You set the bar high. We had 104 views to begin out with. So
wow,
that was
that's
very
pretty good.
nice.
Yeah,
Crossover. Of
nice.
course, we went a little time. We went a little time.
Yeah, but hey,
Yes.
that's still good.
Shout out to Ryan James for the thumbnail today. That was some art that he had done in the past for Devil Flyer. I guess you saw that on your way in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Ryan James. That was just like a close up of Devil Flyer on this big skyscraper piece he did years ago.
Okay. I didn't
Uh,
realize that was Ryan.
yeah, that's Ryan. Yeah, that's Ryan's stuff
Very cool.
from 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. Right now we've got 111 views on our Drawing Friends episode, so that's good. We picked up 104. We went for almost 5 hours, 4 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow,
So,
yeah,
w-
that's pretty
yeah, we
long.
went away to get those 101,
And
111
hail
views.
Omer Glitch and Rev Self Destruct. Welcome, fellas.
Had
Yeah, it's
70
weird,
views
right?
on yesterday's uh, birthday roast show.
Ah,
70 right now.
that's not bad.
That was fun.
Yeah,
Shout
man.
out.
Just gonna tell you, it's strange. I went and checked my headset and my mic while you said you were going to be a couple of minutes late. Went into an old stream on StreamYard, and it
Uh,
hooked right up. So I was like, okay. And then when you sent me the link, I hit it again. Everything hooked right up today, no problem. I have no idea what's going on.
huh. Oh man, I missed a roast. Well, I was going to set it up as a roast. I didn't get roasted too bad. Old man jokes and all that aside. Yeah, I was going to say I was minty fresh out of the shower. I took time to take a shower. We had about 4.5 minutes before showtime, and it's like, yeah, I got a shower. I've actually slept most of the day, since we were up, early into the morning, and it had been a long day yesterday. So I streamed for, I don't know, close to 6.5 hours yesterday, I guess. And
Well, yeah.
which doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, we used to do that on the 4 o'clock shadow, but
Yeah, sometimes.
for a long show, yeah, yeah, and sometimes we go longer, and sometimes we go shorter, but it used to not be just like 2 hours. We would go long sometimes, but different times, different circumstances, and that kind of got our foot in the door and established, as people that are going to be here every day and
Right.
try and entertain somewhat or inform or do whatever we do, Shadowhawk. So
Yeah. And
I got a
I
little
had
bit.
to cut back on my streaming a wee bit because Mama Hawk was getting annoyed. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I get it, and work was also a factor. I think you changed jobs during that, but like you
yeah,
say,
yeah,
it's probably that kind of cut us back a little bit, and that's fine. I was about ready to cut back. That leads to burnout. Uh, Although I think we've
yeah.
done
You
fairly
can.
well
I
with it.
mean, yeah. I
So
think we
last night,
managed
I
quite a few shows.
I drew my character Ghost. This was his first drawing right here on the new cards that everybody will be getting if they pick
Oh, very
Everfly.
cool.
So I
Now
wanted
he's
to work on him.
he he one of the 43 too, Rex.
He's one of the 43. Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, he's one
Yeah,
of the
he's pretty cool.
43. So a little, yeah. I mean, kind of like Twisted Man, right? He's sort of got a pattern within his costume, within his body there, I suppose,
Right.
that
Yeah.
that kind of, since he's ghost-like, wraith-like, that kind of undulates and moves, and so you don't have to worry about exactly getting the lines on his costume the same every time because he's sort of in flux, which makes
Right.
sense if you're in a transporter accident, right? The
Yeah. Sure.
energy's kind
I
of
mean.
moving and fluxing, yeah.
Well, yeah, you've been blasted into atoms and then poorly reassembled. So.
And I kind of did the Dirty Joe thing. I wanted to see. I elongated his face on this one. This is that watercolor paper that I scored in the stores. I got 576 pages of like 140-pound. It's probably 140 because I'm, just gauging it. It's very stiff. It's more than cardstock. It's probably 140, 12 and a half cents a page, $3 a pad, 24 pages per pad, 576
Wow.
pages altogether, 12 and a half cents a page. You couldn't beat it. So I bought 2 cases of this. I bought 24 of these. So,
wow.
Nice. That's enough to do 576 page book if I wanted to, but
yeah, that's you can write
size.
your own novel, Rex. Or
and these are well, it's not writing paper, it's watercolor paper, but 8.5 by 10 inches square or rectangle, whatever. And
there you go.
it's actually I know this is so I used that to do this piece last night, and on this side it's textured for the watercolor, the face side up as I took it out of the pipe, but now the back is smooth. So I tried that, and it is very slick, very smooth. And I did this on here, and most of it was done with of course I used my dual tips like I always do to ink, and I like that. But my brush, if I can find, I've got, so I don't even see my brush. Here's my brush right here. My brush, I did a bunch of this with, and it really inks black, and I went over that a couple times, the black areas.
Yeah, flip that over again once. Yeah, you didn't get any bleed through at all. The paper.
No, and well, all of it is ink, and I don't know. This is a Master Touch gray with a brush tip that I did the gray in. And I suppose that's alcohol, but and the blue is alcohol marker. But yeah, no bleed through whatsoever. It might, I went really light, but it was, but you're right. I don't even know if you bore down on it. And then I guess the red is also alcohol marker for his eyes too. So yeah, there's some
Oh
alcohol
yeah.
marker, but no bleed through on that at all. Yeah, this is good
Now
archival paper.
I'll bet you if you'd have done that on the other side, you might have gotten some bleed through because that other side would have sucked in the ink, a little bit more.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell, but yeah, that
yeah.
looks like it's good paper, man.
Oh, it is. It's good quality paper. And I wrote, and often, my mind, I was writing out the date, right? 11/2, and I put 65 by mistake. Well, I've done that before because that was the year I was born, my birthday,
Right.
So I just put slash 11/2, 25, 60 years, so to let me know I did that on my 60th birthday. So,
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
yeah, I kind of elongated this one's head and kind of gave him a zigzag mouth that was closed. Almost went the Dirty Joe on him, to see what it would look like, against this pattern,
Right. Yeah. Came out pretty nice. I like the red eyes.
Yeah. And I thought it needs something to grab your attention. The eyes, of course, red. So, Rev says character strikes me as an agate or some other mineral. Yeah. Yeah. A geo type thing that's been sliced open. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I get that. That's kind of key.
I know that feeling. We used to go longer, Rev says, but also with streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's streaming.
Mhm.
We got a bunch of live ones in the audience today.
We got a live one here. Yeah. I'm not one of those. I'm like, but now I've got
Homer Glitch is always a firecracker. But, yeah.
I told you I was going to keep more secret about the developments of stuff that I was making, and doing. And
Uh-huh.
this new bent of when I woke up and had all this stuff coming into my head about the director and the just the Devil Flyer, and oh my God, it's coming together. It's and I was telling you that I was going to do some sketch cards of some portals, and yeah, I've got something called the Dark Portal that I'm going to draw here probably today. I'll probably have a stream later in the evening, draw stream. I've talked to Elsie. Talked about it with Elsie. I think I have a title now. I actually got that in the shower before because I said, Elsie, I want to do a show with you, I'm writing it down so I don't forget it. And I got this in the shower. I had gotten up and used the restroom, of course, after being asleep all night and slept stayed in bed till about 3:27 on the clock.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So hence I was like, a few minutes late today, but it's going to be called Hanging with My Homie.
So you were sleeping basically the whole time I was at work.
Yes. Don't hate me for that because I went to bed late, early this morning.
Oh no, I hate you. No, you know it.
Yeah, it's called Hanging with My Homie, and hopefully he'll be able to do it tonight. If not, I'll probably just do a just what I do stream, by myself, and where I just do what I want to do on Carrie, oi, Savaloid.
Always good to have
salutations, absolutely. Yeah, 10 seems to be a good time for him. I'll ask him if he wants to go earlier than that. Of course, I'll probably be doing some drawing after the stream because I've written down these.
Why has everything got to be late night? God dang it.
Well, I mean, what's a good time for you?
I got
to come in and chime in and do some more. What's a good time for you?
maybe like between 8 and 9, because I got to be in bed by 9.
Oh, you got to be in bed by 9. Okay.
Yeah, I wake
Yeah,
up at
well, we
2:30
could
in the
do
morning.
our draw stream started at 8, and so when I went to bed, it was probably about 1:30 ish or something,
Oh,
one
okay.
something.
Yeah, if I'd have known you started at 8, I might have been able to pop in for a
Yeah,
few anyway.
last night was started at 8 because Omer, that's kind of what it is on Omer's channel, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yeah, you
being
get, even if you run
being
late,
Sunday though, too.
yeah,
Yeah,
I get it.
I'd say once you and I stopped streaming on Sunday every week, I kind of just put the internet down until the next morning so that I have something to watch, while I'm at work and stuff, or
Hmm.
listen to anyway. But yeah, so I didn't even know what time you started. I just assumed you guys were starting like at 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the time
Yeah,
difference.
no,
I
no
think I
biggie.
said it yesterday that it was going to be at 8, but it probably
You,
just didn't
you might
register
have.
with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I was being grilled about my health issues yesterday, so
yeah.
threw me off
Well,
a little
I wouldn't even brought that up, bro, if you
bit.
hadn't,
See, I'll just
talked
fuck
about
with
it.
you.
So that's it.
Yeah,
So,
it's all good.
well, yeah. Anyway, I just don't want you mad. You sounded mad yesterday. So
I was slightly annoyed. I was not
look, I didn't ask you your social security number. But you can give me that after the show or put it in the private chat.
Yeah, no
I don't
problem.
think you on your phone. I don't even think you can leave a message on private chat. Can you?
Yeah, I can put a message in private chat.
Yeah. Omer says yes. I picked 8 p.m. Central because some people work Monday. Yeah, and it seemed to
Yeah,
work
there you
out.
go, man.
Thank you, Pal
Hey,
Rider.
Pale Rider, good
Yesterday
to see
was
you,
my
Pale.
60th birthday. And we had a 60th birthday bash, and hopefully everybody had fun with that. We had a lot of people come in, and views are up, and I'm very happy. Not just views, but watch hours.
That's
Pal
why I
Rider
love you,
says, "Come
Pale
on,
Rider.
pray for Shadow and his monkeypox."
This is why I love Pale Rider.
Oh my, yeah. Hulk smash, Pal Rider bash. But yeah, I may have a hanging with my homie show with LZ where it's just like me and LZ, and we're talking about what we want to talk about, show what we want to show, and maybe reminisce about some of our, things that we used to do, throughout the years, and maybe talk about, what we did in college or people that we knew together. And I don't know, just whatever, hanging with my homie. I don't get to get over there like I used to, and he hasn't come over here in a while. And so we have contact on the internet and on the phone, but that's about it, and actually, since I'm doing so much right now, we talk less on the phone. And now I do have a sister, and like I talked to her on my birthday early in the morning. She called me like almost 2 a.m. in the morning because she knew I
Oh,
was
wow.
up because I had texted her. And I said, "Yeah, I'm binge watching some Star Wars." And even while I'm talking to her, for like 2 hours, I'm like, "Yeah, I wish you would just hang up with your brother on his birthday so he could continue watching and binge watching his Star Wars." The animated, Rebels.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I
Elmer
mean,
says, "Hey Shadow, how's your tapeworm today?" He's fine. He got his usual rotten egg and a burnt piece of toast today for dinner, and that's all he gets.
oh, okay. Yeah. Come on now. College wasn't invented when you were college age, Rex. Well, yeah, I had forgotten. The memory is one of the first things to go, Pell Rider. Uh, whatever. I mean, yeah, we had some fun times. We weren't in college together that often. I mean, that long, because he was like in his senior year, and there was like maybe half a year, maybe, or maybe a little longer, and then he graduated, and then we stayed in contact for about 2-3 years. Then, when I first met him, Martha, his wife, was pregnant with Jamie, his oldest.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
daughter, and then when he graduated, Jamie was just, a little baby growing and a little toddler and whatnot, and got to see her in her early years.
Yeah, I
And
keep forgetting about that. Elsie's oldest daughter is a Jamie, and my youngest is a Jamie. So
yeah, yeah. And Jamie's about the age of Amber, my daughter. They're about the same age. I think there's a little bit of difference, but not much. Um, so we both had, children around the same time. And even though he's 67, right? Isn't that what he said? He was born in 57. So,
uh,
or is it 68? I forget. But he's in his late 60s and I'm turning 60. So there's about 7 or 8 years difference between us in age.
right, yeah.
So he's a little bit older. He barely squeaked out of going to Vietnam.
I think it was 68 because I was born in 67. I would have remembered it. Maybe not. You know me.
Pale says Rex experimented in college, confirmed. Sorry, I started drinking early, Pale Rider says.
I would have, but I was at work.
Yeah. Yeah, I did some experimental type stuff when in my college years. Absolutely. I'll never
But then he
forget
gave
the
up
time
cheerleading.
What, cheerleading? No, I never got into cheerleaders.
I said, but then you gave up cheerleading and moved on with your life.
Right. Ready? Okay. Just give me a set of pom-poms. I'll show you a few things. Drinking my orange and cream today. I'm very glad that I found 13 boxes of that stuff.
Sorry about the noise.
I know you're not a big orange and cream fan, but I enjoy it. I got my coffee and lime. I actually had some left over from yesterday and heated it up, but it wasn't very much, and so I brewed a new one. So what have I done today? I've written down a bunch of stuff, which I'm going to be working on in the next few days, which is related to the whole Momentum Universe and the Devil Flyer book, and I'm going to try and fit as much of that in there as I possibly can here. Maybe starting tonight, I'll work on some stuff that I'll actually go in the Devil Flyer comic book, some pages. I've taken a look, and there's room to put some of my artwork on a page or two in there. Maybe just a single page, but I want to get some of my art in the book too. Me and my buddy tried to join the cheerleaders in high school. The coach wasn't having it. Yeah. Well, it's how you did it, Pale Rider. You were like wanting to join them in the parking lot and not the stadium. Of course, you would have been happy under the seating, under the bleachers, I'm sure. Yeah. I wouldn't have mind that too. Cheerleaders are known for their vanity and their beauty, right?
Many a fun night under the bleachers at my old high school.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, that just never happened. I graduated a virgin. I was still a virgin in high school. So, I mean, after even after high school, but not for long. I had to sow my oats all over the place, which it's amazing. I'm, didn't have to pay more child support than what I did. Yeah. I never used a raincoat hardly, like my sister tells me to do. She's a retired nurse and says, she even asked me on my birthday, do you have a condom? I'm like, wow, okay, that's not personal at all. But she's a big advocate on wearing a condom if you have sex,
Well, I mean, granted, it's a very good idea.
If you're not married, right, and you sleep around, or I mean, you could do,
Well,
you
especially,
know,
I mean, with all
even
the
if you're married.
diseases and shit around, yeah,
Mhm.
nowadays with all the diseases and everything, you can't be too careful.
I
But
really don't want to bury anyone that's has syphilis or BD or gonorrhea
yeah, I
or any of
mean,
that.
yeah,
It's not
none
a
of
good
that good
look.
stuff.
Yeah. I wore a rubber and pulled out. I wasn't being a daddy. Yeah.
What is it? Symphrogana herpes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's amazing I made it out with only the one child, back then, but now my sister even asked me, how many women have you been with sexually? She wanted a number. I told her a number, what I kind of figured it out as, and she told me how many men she had been with. I was
Oh wow!
and
I
now
think
you know
I
why
would
I
have.
was wanting to get back to my Star Wars.
Uh, I may have shocked your sister into silence with my answer. So
Well, I mean, there's I wouldn't say I was a Casanova by any means, but more like raging hormone without the whore, on the
yeah.
prowl. That's the way you are when
Well,
you're younger. You're just driven,
cir- circumstances and the times that we grew up in, Rex, contributed to me having freaking like a sea of hoes around me for about 15 or 20 years. So
Pale Rider says, "Is that your sister or stepsister?" She's my half sister. We share the same mother. Uh, and I had another sister, but unfortunately, she's passed away. A younger sister. The sister that remains, she's older than I am by about 2.5 years, I guess. She's a retired nurse and coming to see me here just as soon as she can get her a trade in. She's got a Jeep right now that the engine seized up on it or something. I don't think it's running
well,
at
shit.
all right now. So she's looking around at vehicles and trying to find something that she wants to buy so that she can come see me and have transportation. But yeah, we had all my two sisters and I all each had different fathers. My father lived out in California. I was conceived out in California, and my uncle and nephew went out there and got my mother and brought her back to Little Rock to have me. So yeah, I knew exactly where my birth mother was yesterday. She was in the hospital screaming her head off, trying to push me out, Uh,
Get out. Yeah, hitchhiker.
Pale Rider says if she gets stuck in the dryer, don't fall for it.
Oh,
I guess
fail.
being bent over, you know. I don't
Oh,
know.
you haven't seen the stuck in the dryer videos yet, Rex?
I haven't seen that. No.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing now. It started off as a meme, and then the porn
Mm,
industry got a hold of it, and they started actually doing
well,
videos of girls stuck in the dryer begging for help. So how do you help her? You go there and give her a little what for?
mhm. I'll throw you a rope.
That's
I get it. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So hopefully, as soon as she finds herself a vehicle that will make the trip without having to worry about it not running. And I ask her, I believe she says it's not running at all right now. So it's just not
no
going
bummer.
anywhere, except to be scrapped or traded in, whatever. So um,
Yeah,
she
well,
has
that
some kind
sucks
of
because
need.
if she don't have it running when she goes to trade it in, she's not going to get crap for it too.
Oh, I get it. And even if it's running, like I've traded in my Impalas, the white one, and I got like $4,000 for it. That's nothing, and it had like $60,000 on it, and had not been driven, harshly or anything. I mean, that's nothing
Right.
for a new
Yeah,
car.
but yeah, they don't. Dude, those yeah, they don't give you nothing on trade-ins anymore unless your
No.
car's like 1 year old,
Mhm.
and immaculate, and even then you're still going to get screwed on the trade-in
Well,
because
that
you
my
won't.
red Impala that I had COVID and then left the hospital driving and wasn't paying enough attention and rammed in and totaled it into the back of a car. And, um, when the person that I hit came to the window, I put a crack in the window, and I had a mask on and everything. I said, don't get too close. I've got COVID, and,
Mhm.
he said, well, I'm a medical, something. He was leaving the hospital too. So that worked out. And
Oh,
my uncle had COVID at the time. He found that out the very next day because he and my aunt went to get checked out, and they found out they had COVID already. So we both had COVID at the same time.
oh,
I'd been dealing with it for about 11 days at that point, 10 or 11 days, but I never got the jab. I got the sort of antibody replacement that takes about an hour, a couple hours, actually, the whole procedure, because they keep you sitting there for a while, afterwards, and give you some juices to drink, stuff like that. But, and
all
I'm
right,
very
Carrie.
glad, and they cut that off. They did that very early on it didn't take me long once the COVID stuff was all over TV for me to get the COVID. And I was like, how did I
Right,
get
yeah.
it?
Hey,
Because
Jenko.
how did I get it? Because I'm like a hermit. I must have picked it up at, like going to get groceries, something like that, because I'd barely get out, But anyway, yeah. Hey, Ginkgo.
Okay, that makes more sense, Carrie. I didn't get the dust just that part. Okay, don't bust that nut yet. Ah, very nice.
Sorry, I was out paying bills. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Don't bust. Yeah, mysterious in a way. Yeah. So, I totaled the car, and it was actually a blessing because I got like 9,500 for it.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you're better off.
I would have got trade in. I would have got trade in probably about $4,000 again, but through the insurance, I got 9,500. I paid for my brand new Colorado. I think it wound up being about 26,000, and 9,500 of that was insurance, from my other car that I totaled.
But Carrie, you're on today, dear. I like that.
I think she may have told that one yesterday. Yeah.
No, I may not have been here at that time.
Yeah. Well, you were in and out yesterday.
Yeah, it was a rough day yesterday.
Yeah. Doing a little bit better today, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. Is what it is. It's a day by day thing. But today wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Got the bills paid after work. Took care of a few, things that needed taken care of, and actually got back in time to be here on time for the show. I thought for sure I was going to be screwed. That's why I sent you the message earlier. I was like, oh, I'm probably going to be late, bro. I had to go to two different banks, cigarette store, I think grocery store. I had like four different errands after work, and it just depends on how good traffic is on what my travel time is like. But traffic was freaking awesome today, dude. I got home in about the same time it takes me to get to work in the morning when I leave, which is like 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's nobody on the road. So that's pretty amazing for 2:30 in the afternoon.
Responding to Frederick Gourmand.
Frederick Gourmand.
He had his book over on From My Comic Retail.
Oh, hell, Edwin Buzz Azevedo, the ace in the house. What's happening, Edwin?
Just getting back with him because he's just asking about the availabilities. We need to set up a date, I said. And I have interviewed him, just not on this channel.
Okay. There was somebody I was trying to hook you up with a couple of weeks ago, Rex. Did you ever talk to them?
Well, I know I got with Matthew Craig. He's got the Night Slayer Supernatural Mystery over on Kickstarter.
Craig, Kreke, something like that.
Yes. Yeah. Was that who you were trying to? Yeah.
He was one, and then there was somebody else that was wanting to come on and talk to you. Like, it might
Yeah,
have been Brett,
I'm
but
in
I
connection
don't think
with
it was Bradwick.
Matthew. Hey, Edwin. Um, I'm in
I don't
connection
know,
with
dude.
or conversation with him on X, so I'll get with Matthew and we'll, uh, you know, line up a date. I was trying to get him on for Sunday, and that would have been my birthday show. So I'm kind of glad it didn't work out. He said his boss, needed him to work, I guess. So I'm actually
Right.
glad that I didn't cross my streams there and forget that it was my birthday. Just had my birthday stream
I,
and didn't have to do an
I,
interview. And
uh, I think it was probably almost a month ago, the last time I talked to Phil and Brandon Diaz.
mhm.
Um, but I was trying to get him to come on the show for the new launch too, and I don't think we ever got him. But
Yeah, I've kind of given up on the Diaz brothers. I've talked to Phil a lot, and it's like if they really want to come on, they will approach me and say, "Hey, So I know he comes in here. Phil does. Brandon, I haven't talked
well,
too much. I was trying to get both of them on at the same time, just because they're kind of a
Brandon
duo.
Brandon doesn't really, unless it's on their show on the Diaz brothers. Brandon doesn't. I don't see much
I
of him
get it. That's
online.
why I was wanting to get both. I was wanting to get more than Phil on. Because they are
Mm,
uh, Zaid Comics or Diaz spelled backwards.
yeah,
It's kind of a duet with them. So they're making it together. So I wanted to kind of get. I mean, how many shows have had them on together by themselves, by both together? And then I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay,
No,
well,
I
I'll try and get Phil on. And then he never would give me a hard date. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to leave it
well,
up to you
yeah.
if you
I
want to
mean,
promote your
we don't have
book
to.
and want to come on,
We
then
don't have
that's
to
on
beg
you.
anybody. I mean,
I'm
I
not
know
going to
we're not
beg
a huge
anybody.
channel.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't care what they.
but
I don't care if it's Stan Lee. I'm not going to beg him. I'm.
yeah, and we're not the
I don't
biggest
care how
channel. We don't
big
have
or
the most
small a name you
viewers,
are.
but every view, every bit of promotion you can do counts. So get out there and
Mhm.
make the rounds, people.
Yeah, you never
Yeah,
know where
it
you're going to pick
pisses.
up a new.
It, okay, here's a good one for you. Really grinds my gears when you get these new guys coming into the scene
Yeah.
and they don't want to do the work. They don't want to, go around to the different chats and get known and, make jokes, talk to people, let people get to know them. And then they launch a book and go, nobody bought my book. Now I hate CG. Well, you didn't do the work first. I don't know.
I totally agree. It's like you can't expect with your first book to just hit it out of the park either. I mean, even if you're, I didn't really launch Devil Flyer till I was well known, till we had
Yeah.
done, God, how many episodes,
God,
uh,
you've been streaming for at least 2 years every day before you even
more than
launched that
that.
thing.
We're going to hit 4 years December. So,
I know, dude. That's
probably
what I was saying the other night.
Probably 3
You know,
years, been streaming 3 years, and it's kinda like the John Malin method, right? Establish
exactly.
yourself for a couple years, and I would say even that, we've been doing this longer and, um, still, you know, it's a slog, come
Well,
launch
we
time,
started together
and
at
we
the
really had great reception,
yeah. I mean, because
with
we
Devil
started doing this show together in summer of 2022. So it's been 3 years and some change already that
Yeah,
you and I have been
December
doing.
27th will be 4 years. I've been putting content up on the channel, and then like 4 months later, like you're saying in mid-May is when you came
Hmm.
on. I think May 27th, if my memory serves me right. Um,
Yeah,
we
I think
started
so
doing
because
the
that was
4
when I
o'clock shadow together.
yeah that was when I left my job in Joliet and I got the job a lot closer to home, so I could
Yeah.
actually be here and stream. So
Hmm. Yeah.
because for
Yeah.
a good
Often.
good like year and a half there, I was just listening to you on the way home and then commenting in the chat when I would hit a stoplight or a traffic jam.
Right. Um, I don't even have it marked down here, but I believe it's probably on the 27th of May. It's
Well,
somewhere in May
see,
there when you first came in.
See how important I am to Rex.
Yeah, I didn't get all the birthdays this year written down into the new calendar. I'll find the old calendars around here and transfer that, and hopefully
I
I'll do
keep
a
trying
better
to
job
forget my birthday.
next year. You what now?
I said I keep trying to forget my birthday. Maybe that way I won't get any older.
Yeah. Well, they say the memory is one of the first things to go. So,
Oh, well, I'm in great shape then.
yeah, just pray for senility or, maybe dementia or Alzheimer's.
No, I've gone straight over the edge. I just pray for death.
There you go. Wow, you taught me. Yeah. I just thought of something I need to write down because I did not write everything.
Senility's not going to help me. I'm already crazy enough as it is. So,
yeah. Well, you're not going to get any argument out of me.
no, I know that.
Kinko says, "Damn." I know we go dark sometimes on our conversation.
Yeah, sometimes my humor is a little dark, Jenko. Sorry.
Yeah, and darkness is on my mind today. It just is. Because I've been thinking of the director and darkness and chaos and all the evil that I'm starting out with. The whole thing that kind of, I wouldn't say binds the Momentum universe together. I would say that it's kind of.
I just said evil. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Missed it. It's like, what? Yeah, I mean, thinking about the dark aspects, of the Momentum, storyline and possible cover ideals and stuff. But it all has to deal with dark. Dark is the word that kind of bound it all together. My thinking, when I woke up about the dark portal, and I'll be drawing the dark portal. And what is the dark portal? I don't want to give away too much because it takes the mystery away, right? But and it's all tied in with the director. Who is the director, or how is he being used? Because who's a pawn, who's a king, who's a queen, who's a rook, who's in this kind of but dark is kind of what I'm focusing on, where dark.
See, and it all fits the theme too, Jenko. Is like, know, Ethan is the sunshine, right? Shadowhawk is the night.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so I've been. That's kind of what I woke up thinking about today was, the director who's kind of pulling the strings of a lot of things, and he's mentioned in the Devil Flyer story a couple times, although you don't know if when Cy Marco says try to get the director on the phone, or whatever the dialogue is, right? He's not talking to a movie director, he's talking about the director of evil, if you will, or chaos. He's talking about
the guy in charge of like everything.
I kind of equate him to like the guy from Spectre with James Bond, where you never see his face. Of course, in later iterations, he showed his face, And I mean,
like,
Blofeld,
the mob boss. He sits back in his office. He never raises a hand, but he's responsible for
Right, and that's what Cy Marco is. He's an underling. He is head of the Chicago mob in present day, and his grandfather. You'll meet his grandfather in a couple stories. Once when he was a young man, and once when he was older. He'll be in the next Devil Flyer Zero book. He'll be in the appearance of him as an old man will be in the next Devil Flyer story, and at the very same time, Lost Shadow. I guess that was a bad nosebleed or something. But proposing after I get this John Buscema book done, after we do the because I'm working on a couple different things right now. I'm working on getting stuff printed up for the Devil Flower campaign, plus trying to get the I've gotten most of the artwork scanned for the unseen artwork of John Buscema book that I'll be working on, which it comprises of John Buscema artwork from my collection and Elsie's collection, and we'll be doing sort of like a test book. We've got a lot more John Buscema artwork that we could do a second book with. A lot of Savage Sword of Conan stuff and things that won't make it into the first book, but there'll be, if this other one goes good, then we will pursue a second book and put the rest of our art that we have of John Buscema. I've got more John Buscema artwork than any other artist. In fact, that's how I got Jimmy Reyes to do his wraparound cover for me. I traded a couple pages of John Buscema artwork for that, for him to do that for me. And, if you don't have the cash, look around and see what you got to trade, he's a big John Buscema fan. In fact, that's the same deal that I offered, that's going to get my midnight covers done for me as well. With, names. Hey, thank you. It was yesterday, Vinny, but thank you. Turned 60 yesterday on my birthday. Thanks for coming in and telling me happy birthday. I thought, I could play off my birthday at least for a couple days, right? Thank you for all the birthday well wishes. Thank you, Andy Smith, and all of you that left a birthday wish for me over there on Facebook, and you that have left me birthday wishes over there on X and other platforms. I really appreciate it. It's not every day you turn 60. Pretty good looking for 60, I think. I think I'm holding up fairly well. I'm trying to. Vinny, we got to get you on, brother. We got to get you on. We got to talk about your stuff. Promote your art book and things. I'm sure some people that's been regulars here have, bought, maybe purchased your book before, but there's, we got new people coming in all the times, and they may not have seen, or, so let's get together. Let's get a date. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the 4:00 shadow if that doesn't work for you. I know 4 Central is not always good for anybody. And if anybody's got a project and they want to promote, I'm kind of limited on my system right now, but definitely would like to get together and, promote your stuff. It's not all about me and my project. Never has been. Gray and Cloudy chiming in saying, hello, hope you are having a great day. Absolutely. To quote Vinny, go check out his art book. We ran his trailer the other day, maybe on my birthday. I don't know. I think it was a couple days ago though. Opened up actually opened up the show with his art book trailer. He does some very good quality, top-notch artwork, and it's done a lot of comic campaigns and projects, and always working, always striving, and that's always cool. So, that's what I'm going to do today, is work on that and set up a new draw stream, a new hanging with my homie. If I can get together with Elsie and he wants to do that, then we'll hang out some tonight. And maybe we might even make it a little earlier than usual, than 10. Because, I mean, sometimes Elsie said 9 or 10:30 or 9:30. Yeah. Shadow of the Kraken. Absolutely. There you go, over there on Indiegogo. You can drop that other link too. Yeah. City of Venus too. Yeah. You can drop all your links if you want, Vinny, for everybody to check out. But we got to get you on here sometime. You've never been on, and we need the great Vinny over here to chime in and talk about comics and influences and on your artwork, and you know, we got to crack that shell open and see what's in there. You know, I can always talk comics with the with the great and mighty creators of comics. You know, it's always cool to talk comics. Um, yeah, absolutely. Um, if you got time today, you can come on. If you don't, you know, I've done impromptu interviews as well. You know, that's kind of the way I swing. Um, it may have been Vinny you invited, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I know Shadowhawk's been trying to get some creators that he's closer to than I am on, and I haven't been doing. I've been having some system problems. I haven't been doing as many interviews, but we've gotten some good people this year. You know, I kind of gauge it from year to year, but we've gotten some good creators that's been on here and nowhere else. You know, and I'm proud of that. Um, you know, not too long ago, we had on Mike Gustovich, which was an early independent artist that's been probably doing comics for 50 years or more. We've had Michael T. Gilbert, who did Mr. Monster, and among other things, worked with uh, P. Craig Russell a lot. Done some stuff. Scarlet Fever in the house. How are you, dear? Uh, she's so close. I ought to go down and see her and Fanta and you know, just do a travel thing at some time. Having trouble connecting again, Rex, still trying to get back in. Okay. That's what I figured. But yeah. And I'll have to jump on one of your streams, Vinny. One time he's been looking at the serial killer Dexter, uh, and kind of invites people to come on. And I've come in and chimed in and said hello, but I've never jumped on with him. I'd be happy to do that sometimes too. What day is that, Vinny? Do you know? I mean, obviously you know, but I forget. If it's on Fridays, my Fridays are kind of taken right now. But even at that, it's certain times, you know. I'm lucky to be doing this every day. But yeah, I hope everybody had a wonderful Halloween. I had a wonderful full birthday yesterday, and just kind of working with the ideals that are swirling around in my head and new characters, and hopefully that'll be uh, reflected in the new sketch cards that I'm doing, because I have to get back to doing sketch cards. I've still got some to finish up for backers, uh, but these have been a lot of fun to do. Uh, but every backer gets a sketch card. Every backer gets a head sketch, as you know, and we're trying to get a 6 a.m. Friday streams, or yeah, I thought it was on Friday. Are more comic and crazy world stuff. Sundays are the watch party streams. Okay, so it's on Sunday. All right. Yeah, I was busy yesterday with my birthday, so I didn't see. Does your birthday land on Halloween every year? No, my birthday is November 2nd, Steve Ditko's birthday. And it was my dog's birthday as well, Abby. She turned, I think, 13. Um, but now I didn't get her till January 26th, when she was 3 months old. But she's been the love of my life, and for a long time. You're always welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that, Vinny. Happy late birthday wishes. Thank you. Thank you. Um, it's good to see you, Sheldon. Uh, yeah, you know, I try and put up some content every day. Today is the third already. Crazy, I know. You know, October's done with. We've hopefully everybody changed their clocks. Um, Hopped in the truck yesterday, and you know those clocks don't change, and I have to do that at work as well. When I hop in, sometimes I'll get a different truck. For most of the year, they usually keep you in the same truck, but when you first start out, at least me, I tend to hop around to like 2 or 3 different trucks every year, um, work trucks, and I have to. I got in one, and it was like about 11 minutes off, you know, and I've kind of yeah, sorry, Shadow. I saw you tried to come back in, but your device wasn't connecting. Sorry about that. Uh, this 4 o'clock shadow was only going to be about an hour long anyway, because I'm, like I said, I've been writing today, and I want to get to sort of illustrating some of that stuff. Sometimes you just get into your own headspace, but I will have a draw stream later tonight, probably with Just Elsie, starting a new series called Hanging with My Homie. We've known each other, I guess, came May this year, 40 years. So somewhere in there, May or June, of 1985. It's when I could have actually met him a year earlier in 1984, but I took off a whole year, a break from um, high school to college. I said I want to take off a year, and my dad wasn't happy with that. He wanted me to go straight to college, but I said, no, I'm taking off a year. And all I did was work at Poncho's, go to concerts, kind of enjoy myself. And then I said, okay, I'll do some college, and got into college, um, for, but I could have met Elsie the year previous, and had about a year and a half with him in college. But as it was, I had about half a year, half a semester. Well, no, I mean a couple semesters, and then he graduated. But we stayed in contact. He moved out of town, or I think he might have already been out. He lived in the same place, which was Bono, which is outside of here. And then he got a job going out into the fields in a place called Delaplane, which is population 0. They may even be in negative numbers. And then he moved to Tennessee, and that's when we kind of lost contact for about 10 years. And then, I contacted him, and although I would sporadically see him in town here with another friend that we were friends with. And so we've known each other, and the artist of Devil Flyer, John Falandes, I've known him since 1982. So one of the longest relationships I've had is with him. And, he's I recently got to see his new purchase. He said, I was there when it was delivered from the UPS guy or FedEx, whatever it was. And he said, come back, I'll show you what's in the box. And I said, oh, this is the most expensive comic book I've ever bought. It was 1960 Justice League #1 in 5.5 graded condition. And $1,200, but that's about a $7,000 to in between $7,000 and $8,000 book in that condition. So he got a good job. He did a good job with getting that book, and which blows my mind. He's 73 years old, and he's buying these slab books. Some are not slabbed. He's just trying to get some of the books that he's always wanted and whatnot, and that's great. But I'm like, he's never been married. I don't know how close he is with any of his family or something. He's pretty much a hermit. Putters around the house and does his own thing. I don't even know that he's doing that much with artwork right now. He could do comics if he wanted to, but he's done some, created some characters and has some good ideas and stuff. But I guess he's happy with staying home reading comics and collecting and whatnot. But it's like, dude, you're at 73. I'm not even sure you're going to be here at 83. And once you have to go in the nursing home, what are you going to do with all these comics and stuff you're collecting and put a lot of money into? So I don't know. He's retired. He was a retired graphic artist. He worked at several places around here. 1982. So you were a teenager? Yeah, I was like 16 years old when I first met him, or at least 16, 17. I think about 16. Yeah. I got an art desk, and I still have it. It's just not here at the house for my 16th birthday. And I never, the tilting kind, and I just never, used it very much. It's out at a trailer on some of our land. That's my old studio, which used to be my grandmother's trailer that she lived in for a little while. And then we kind of inherited it when she moved to town, and I turned it into an art studio. Elsie's been out there before, although it's been 40 years since he's been out there, just about. Um, and I'd have other people come out. We do art, paint, oil paint, acrylic paint, whatever. I'm not stuck to one medium. I do have preference. I've done a lot with acrylics, and what kind of got me into working with acrylics or oil and all that was, because I took all the art classes in high school, and I've done, I had a smattering of a little bit of everything, even bronze casting when I got into college and things. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to be exposed to that stuff. I'm not married to one thing. I like a lot of the mixed media thing, you know. The Rex Art Bus, yeah, yeah. It's I need to move. I've got most of the stuff vacated out of there. Now there's some clay, unfired clay art pieces that I've done. I never got them fired, but I made it when I was in college. Maybe my last year, around either 1988 or 89. My last year in college was 89. So I went from 85 to 89 here locally. And then I went back in the 2000s, starting in 2009. I started, and the first classes were out at ASU. They were just kind of loaning us a room to have the sessions in, and then it moved to a number of locations after that. But I took some theological studies in college, which are really cool. How to break down the original Hebrew language and Bible interpretation, and studied a little bit about the Greek, not much, but how to go through the with the help the Strong's Concordance and the Young's Concordance to break down the Greek and Arabic, or Hebrew, break it down, to modern day interpretation. So that was a lot of fun. I did an intensive there. We did like five classes in a whole week, different classes. It would be like an all day thing. So that was an intensive where you would be there all day. You take a break for lunch, small break for lunch, but you could have food and drink there, and so you didn't get hungry and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did that with some other friends of mine. We'll see if Shadowhawk's in the back. There we go. He made a connection. Welcome back. Shadowhawk. We'll see if he gets audio.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, there you go.
Dude, it's fucking. Why would I not be able to just come right back in with my headset and mic still on? No idea. But once I take it off, turn everything off, restart my phone, and then come back in playing, all of a sudden I'm allowed in again.
Well,
fucking StreamYard. Fuck you,
it might be
StreamYard.
StreamYard, and your device that you're using has received
Well,
some
no, it's not my
damage.
device, because I never have a problem connecting to StreamYard unless I'm streaming with you.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
But that's the way it is.
And you don't have that trouble when you stream on your channel, right?
No. Like I said, I put my headset on and tested it 5 minutes before we started earlier today, and everything was working fine. And then it let me in fine, and I was like, oh, okay, well, everything's back to normal. And I get kicked, and I can't come back in now until I restart my phone and disconnect everything and come in playing. I don't know. Fuck you, StreamYard. You guys suck.
It might have been Vinny. You said it might have been Vinny that you tried to.
It might have been Vinny
you
that I
did reach
invited.
out to Vinny, to see about.
And I believe I also had mentioned it to Edwin. that if he wanted to come on for his closeout or his new launch or anything like that, to get a hold of you. So
Well, my own, StreamYard difficulties or whatever computer difficulties of late have kind of curtailed, me even wanting to approach people to have them on the
I
show.
know.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
you've been there. Dude, StreamYard's everything has been screwed up. Indiegogo's a mess. StreamYard's been crazy this year. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the name thing, right? I mean,
Yeah,
at
StreamYard, they're
Raul
still
and
working
T
on it.
drawings, instead of Raul and
It's
T.
a mess over there.
How is long is the StreamYard tonight? Well, we usually go 2 hours, Vinny.
We're gonna start calling every 5 minutes.
We usually go 2 hours. Do you want to come in, Vinny? We'll talk to you now a little bit. Absolutely.
Well, man, you hear?
But we generally go 2 hours. We had an extra long one yesterday, which made the women very happy.
Get back in there. So got lucky. I'm gonna try.
How long did we go yesterday? Let me see. We went 2 hours and 21 minutes. So not extremely long, but this is neat. When you go to my homepage, and I'll share screen here with you, which can really mess up my thing right now. But see there, it's got Ryan James's thumbnail on there.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, it's sharp, dude. I'm not used to seeing your work in color very often, unless you're doing the color.
Oh, okay. You'll be more free in about an hour, he says. Post birthday streams are 3 hours, Sheldon says. Well, I tell you what, I'm chomping at the bit to get to some of the stuff that I wrote today and think about it some more and develop it more. So, but I am going to do a stream tonight, and it may just be me. It may be I and Elsie. But because I know he likes to jump on and get more exposure and stuff. And I know he appreciates jumping on your streams on your channel, Shadowhawk. And he likes to share. He's very conversational, easygoing guy. He's the easiest guy to get along with in the universe. He really is. But now he has his foibles. I'm not saying we hadn't mixed it up and gotten mad at each other before, but through all that, we've remained brothers and close and never, I don't think I could sever that friendship. I mean, yeah, if you want to be a total douchebag, I suppose you could sever a friendship no matter how long it's been, but it would take a lot to sever my friendship with him. Either that or me just disappearing off the planet, hiding from me, because he would be one of those that would come looking for me,
You ain't gonna hide from me, right?
Great friend to have for 40 years, can't say enough good things about him, and I usually don't because I'm not that type of person, but I probably should say more, but I'm not in the mood.
You get a little short with Elsie every now and again, but that's only because
I get short with him. Yes, I do.
With each other,
it
you've
can be
been
frustrating.
Talking to each other for so long, you're like brothers. So
yeah, that's what people say. You argue like brothers, and like I said yesterday, we're probably closer than we are to our actual brothers, in real life, and that's for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm closer to you and Elsie than my own brother. I haven't talked to him in 15 fucking years.
Yeah, that's sad because I mean it is, one of the things that really should bind and unify us together is our family, especially around the holiday seasons, but unfortunately,
well, to me, 2+ Rex, I mean, you're an adopted child. I'm an adopted child. So, growing up, it was me and my brother, against the world. And, to have that just go away at some point and like you're hardly even friends anymore. It's just fucking weird, dude.
Well, Vinny, if you want to set something up, and like, we can come back and do a stream with you officially. I can set up a stream, from about an hour from now, if you wish, cut this stream a little short and come back and give you an official stream or whatever. And Shadowhawk
That'd be
might even
cool.
be able
Yeah,
to pop in.
I could. Yeah, I could try to do
That'll
that.
give you time to shower and shave or do whatever.
Yeah, give me a chance to clean up after work because I'm still
Yeah.
sitting here all grungy from my job.
Dr. Mass, Retro Elixir, you got to say hi to him.
Hail, Dr. Mask. Always good to see you.
Been trying to get him on, and something keeps coming up, but we're doing Feature Friday now, where we're featuring on. We kind of started unofficially with Gil Kane, and went to John Byrne. We've done Joe Kubert, Neil Adams, Jack Kirby, Arthur Saddam. This Friday we will be featuring the artwork of Jim Steranko, and then Jim Starlin, Mark Silvestri, and Kurt Swan for November. It's going good, Dr. Mask. Hope everything's going good with you. We got to get you back on. Hopefully on one of these Feature Fridays. In December, we'll be doing Todd McFarlane, Jim Aparo, Dave Stevens, and George Perez as our focus. Speaking of
hey, Elsie.
Elsie, there's Elsie right there. It's an all-star lineup coming up. Yes. Tree Goblin in the house. Hey, Tree.
Hey, Tree. So getting some water.
Yeah, I think people have been enjoying the Feature Fridays, where we feature the artwork and talk about the artists. I know I've learned a few things about the artists, looking into them for Feature Friday, and that I didn't know, so hopefully people are learning about, because we're all at different levels studying this thing called comicology, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's some people that know more than others, right? I mean, you take stuff for granted that maybe somebody that's just gotten into comics doesn't know who John Byrne is, doesn't know who Terry Austin is, or Chris Claremont.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No,
yeah, but you've known that. You've known about them for decades.
Right. Yeah. But you know what? I mean, I'm not going to be mad at somebody because they don't know who they are. I'd rather just expose them to their work and go, check this out. You missed some good stuff.
Well, picture is worth 1,000 words, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Feature Friday is going to continue into next year. I think that's pretty good. That kind of gives us a theme, for some Fridays. Of course, tomorrow, hopefully, we'll get Texas Dave on to talk with us.
Hopefully, I haven't seen Dave for a while.
He was kind of battling a cold last time I talked to him. It's been like 3 to 4 weeks since we've had him on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, he had all that problems with his remodel at his house. I mean, he had a lot going on this year.
Yeah, it'd be a long time before you run out of artists. Absolutely. And the thing of it is, Dr. Mass, is that we can circle back to some of these great people. There's no way in just a couple hour show that you can, and usually we don't just go right into it, but because we have other things to talk about as well. But we barely got into Arthur Saddam. I think we were had already done 2 hours before we had gotten into even showing any Arthur Saddam, because we had an interview, that day, last Friday. And
right.
Who was that came on with us last Friday?
Oh God, that's stretching my memory, Rex.
No. Oh, it was RJ Williams for closeout of Call Sign Orion. Yeah. So we kind of covered that for well over 2 hours before we ever showed any Arthur Saddam stuff. But yeah, we'll circle back to some of these people like Steve Ditko. We've done 2 on him already this year because he's a favorite of Dr. Mask. But hey, Dave. Speaking of Dave, there's Dave.
Hey, Genuine Dave. Good to see you,
sir. And also Art of Jay Ryan in the house. Hey, Jay.
Always nice to have some fresh faces.
Vinny says I've traded art with him. He's a nice guy. Yeah. I assume you're talking about RJ. Yeah. We had his closeout on Halloween, and it went well. You know, he almost got fully funded. Um,
No, he was talking about Arthur Sedan.
oh, Arthur Saddam. Okay. Yeah. Great artist. Don't know that much about him. First thing that I ever saw of his stuff was probably Pacific Comics in the early '80s, and but I thought he would be a good one to feature for Halloween because he's done a lot of alien and xenomorph type stuff, and um, a lot of horrific type images, you know. So we got it in though. We got it in, and we'll circle back to some like Jack Kirby. We'll feature some more of his stuff. Some of these people are inexhaustible, and there's still like some. I was thinking about that today that I wanted to start the new year out in January with Sal Buscema. We'll just do the Buscema brothers, Sal Buscema, and then do John Buscema, and hopefully by then we'll be further along with the unseen
Hail
art
Immortal Rising
work
in the chat.
of John Buscema. Hell. Oh, with Arthur. Okay. Yeah. That's cool when you know, if you do conventions, you can meet these people and talk to them, you know. Some are more
I
approachable
don't know.
than others.
I don't know how much you know about Vinnie Rex, but he was a designer, a figure designer and character designer for McFarlane Toys for a while.
And I knew that about him. Yes, I knew that about him. Yeah. I didn't know John Buscema was one of your favorites, but that's going to be my next book after Devil Flyer is the unseen artwork of John Buscema. And I've got most of the artwork scanned for it now, and I've been tweaking it in Photoshop to just make sure that it's print worthy, the very best. And I'm also doing that with LZ, Walter Danley there. We're doing it together from his collection, my collection. And we'll be putting together a John Buscema book, going for the money. Got to probably feature it on Kickstarter, Fund My Comic, and Indiegogo, because there's a lot of interest in John Buscema. And then we'll take it from there and do Momentum Unleashed, Future Visions, where all the stories are told in the future, not necessarily the characters, not necessarily our future, but the character's future. So there will be stories that are relayed in that may be the past for us, but it's the future for the character, you know, the time that they lived in, if that makes any sense. And then there's going to be Daredevil, or not Daredevil, Devil Flyer Zero, you know, which will continue on, you know, and keep Devil Flyer relevant because he's sort of like my flagship character, you know, and the character we're starting off with. Although Devil Flyer, my book is not just about one character, it's about the whole Momentum universe, introducing you to the whole universe and not just one character. Vinny says, I was a lead designer for Todd. Yep. I just did a panel and lecture at a college on toys and comics last week. That's cool. That's real
awesome,
cool.
dude.
Yeah. Somebody that teaches comic books that we've had on in college is Roland Mann from Silverline Comics. We've had him on. He's talked a little bit about that. So
yeah, we've had him on a few times.
Yeah, we've had some interesting guests on this year, you know, already, you know. Let's see if I wrote.
Well, I think all of our guests are interesting. You know, I mean, you might be a little, you know, hoity-toity, but I like everybody. You know, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah. Well, I know we've had Glenn on, we've had Russ on, we've had Randy on, we've had Andy Smith on, Elliot Rodriguez came on with us back in January.
Still trying to get fucking Lopez, man. I can't nail that guy down.
Mark Largent.
Aaron Lepresti, man.
Aaron Lepresti, yeah.
Him and Shelly say they want to come on, but I can't get them to ever commit.
Had Pop Z, who's in France, had him on Valentine's Day. I think it was just me and him. For some reason, on Valentine's Day, you weren't on there with us. I don't think. Or we, oh, you know what? Well, it might have been at a different time than the 4 o'clock shadow that day.
I may have taken the day off for Valentine's Day too. So I am romantic.
Had Critical Blast on this year. We've had Sim on talking about Hellzone.
Yeah, we've had Marv a couple of times. We had
Cody Conyers from Waypoint Comics. Some that I've even forgot. Grant Larkin from Beowulf, Grendel's Curse. We had Josh Howard on a couple times, I think, talking about Black Harvest and T-Bird and Throttle, and had Charlie.
We've had all the usual suspects from around here. Apex. God, no, now my brain is going blank on me again. But a lot of the smaller guys that are in and around us all the time. We've had lots of those guys on. So we don't just concentrate
March, we had
on
Josh Howard and Dio on. Dio from Home of Reckoning. Got Salacious Rum on
Dio,
too.
Dude, I love Dio, man.
We had the Shattermare people on. We had Christy from Flip City.
Shattermare, I think, isn't that Luke, Death Metal Hero, and his partner? I think that's
yes, yeah, all of them. Yeah, we've had John Eaple on. I think we had Kyle Prometheus on multiple times. Janet from Another Planet has been on. We had
if there's anybody we're forgetting,
Carissa Grant. Sorry. We had Carissa Grant on, I believe. She's out of Facebook. Yeah.
Flip City Kitty. We've had Flip City on here more than once.
Yeah, Christy. I just mentioned her. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We're hoes here, man. We'll have anybody on.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We had Rick from Cross Comics on multiple times, right? See, I've got Carrie's Shadow, her cat's birthday. We celebrated her birthday on June 26th. That's also, was talking about my birthday. November 2nd is also Steve Ditko's birthday. Also, the day he passed away was June 29th, 2018. Got that marked down here. Had Andy Smith and Dennis Turner on, and we had Edwin Bus Acevedo on. We had the Frog G crew on. We had Ink Spots and Jason on. Shadowpunk we had on. Ben Soto we had on. Tom Tuttle, Gary Shipman. We had Dr. Mask, of course, on. Infinite Entertainment we had on. Mark Poten and crew, we had them on. So we Eric Hodson, bunch of people throughout the year we've had on. Yep. That just about brings us up. I didn't write everything down. Into November. Wow, I'm gonna have to purchase a new calendar here pretty soon. They're probably already selling them out in the stores. Have you seen the new calendar? Had Rozzy on? Yeah, we've had Rozzy on. Actually, I was on Rozzy's channel and co-streamed it over here, his dive bar, about a month ago or so. Chrissy reminds me of the Forrest Gump school bus driver. Okay, I'd have to go back and look at that. You guys always have a great conversation. Thank you, Vinny. Appreciate that. We try and keep it fresh. Had to step out. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. Yeah, that's neat that Vinny was designer for Todd McFarlane Toys, that he's got that skill set. He can design out his own toys. How cool is that? You know, to where and he can get them all made up. Anything breaking in the news that I missed while I've been asleep? Did anybody die or was somebody born? I'm sure somebody was born that was.
Not that I haven't heard anybody died today.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Well, that's good. That's good. No news is good news sometimes, you know.
Right. You know what they say.
Yeah. Yeah, I had Rising on. Absolutely. Yeah. I probably didn't write it down with him. He just kind of, we had Dan Lawless on. He slipped in from the chat sort of unofficially once this year. Of course, you know, last year we had Kelsey Shannon on and Dan and Mike several times. The reason I haven't had Mike's on is I want to get these system glitches on because last time, you know, and hopefully I can get this stuff, some of this stuff looked at, you know, when my sister comes. If not, I'll try and get Mike over here. We'll do something. You know, I've got to get these system glitches out of the way.
I'm sure
I've
we
been
can get
working with
Dan
Homer.
back over here again. Dan Lawless, he's a good dude, man. He's super friendly.
Yeah, and he's my age. We're both the same age. There's
I thought Dan was older than you.
No, Dan and I, and if it is, it's about only a few months. There's
okay.
Dan,
Right.
there's Dan, there's Billy Tucci's my age. There's several of us around the same age.
Wow, dude. Well, you really got to catch up because Billy, you know, he's making both you guys look bad. Billy doesn't look like he's 60 years old. I'm sorry.
Well, he's got that teenager, you know.
He's got the little hottie wife. Yeah, she keeps him young.
Well, that too. Yeah, keeps him limber. Because you're not as limber as you go on, right? You know that. But yeah, it's my hair that gives my age away. You know, it started turning white when I was about 48 and just kept turning till it totally, you know. So, but now there's things that you can do naturally. You can take copper tablets, will bring your, especially the auburn, out in my hair. Trigon says, I'm 50 next year.
That shit never looks natural.
I think I've got your birthday written down in my calendar, Tree. Yeah, I knew that you turned 49, but he'll be 50 next year. So he's about 50? A decade.
Tree Goblin's still a pup.
I know he's about a decade behind me, you know, but that's fine. I'm about a decade behind Steve Rude, you know. Steve Rude.
Oh, dude, speaking of an interview that went horribly wrong, remember when we had Steve on and his daughter was trying to straighten out his audio and everything? Oh, my God.
It was worse over on Apex Comics when we did that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That first interview that we did with him over on Apex Channel was, you know, bad. But we had a great interview. And yeah, we interviewed Steve.
We had him on for a while too. I think it was over 2 hours he stayed with us.
Yeah, we had him on twice in 1 week, along with Mike Barron, and Dan Lawless came in there and met Steve for the very first time on the channel.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he'd never met Steve, which I
love seeing that kind of stuff. You know, guys that
maybe it's because Dan's out in California. I don't know, but because I don't know if Steve still does conventions like he used to in the 80s. You know, but yeah, Dan had never met Steve, and it was kind of neat to get those creators together.
Snowboarding, dude, watch those knees, bro. Do not fuck your knees up. You will not enjoy it.
Yeah,
I snowboarded back in the day,
and now you're paying. Back in the day. Do you have an appointment to get another shot in your knees in a couple months?
January. Fucking insurance.
You got to wait till January.
man. Only cover every 6 months. I can get another cortisone shot if I call them up, but I really don't care for the steroid shots all that much.
Yeah.
I mean, I had one of them before I got all of my the cushioning, whatever it's called, hyaluronic acid stuff, got approved. So I went ahead and took one cortisone shot, and it worked for about 2 weeks. But as soon as it wore off, my pain levels were like twice what they were before I got the shot. So I don't want to
Really?
do that. Yeah, I don't want to do
Wow.
that again.
Yeah. Yeah, almost disabling, right? Point.
Bro, if you saw me walking around every day, you would be looking at me like, how the fuck do you do this for 12 hours a day?
Yeah. Yeah.
I look like
Yeah.
the fucking mummy's tomb, dude. When
Well,
I
I mean,
walk
you got
around,
to
I'm
go.
like,
You got to go to work. So yeah, you want to stay healthy. Yeah, it's my mother got those cortisone shots, in her back. There's sort of like within her family a degenerative back condition, and
right.
it's good for a couple weeks. Those shots wear off after a while, and I'm sure they help even after that. But they do. You got, of course, that stuff's going to be effective right after you get it. But yeah,
Right,
after a
yeah.
while, she couldn't
Those
wait.
first,
They would only approve her, I guess, for every 3 months, but by the
right.
by the time, way before the time came for her to get another one, she was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to get to there to get another one."
Oh, yeah. I
Keeps
was
you
the
going.
same way, dude. Even with this hyaluronic acid stuff that they're using now, that's, I mean, supposed to be way better than that because it replaces the cushioning and, the insurance will only approve it for every 6 months. It's only been not quite 3 months since I got my first treatment, and I'm right back to where I was before I got any of those shots. So they do not last 6
Yeah,
months.
yeah, it wears off. That's the same thing that was happening to Mom. Uh, get a shot in her back, and she's okay for a couple weeks at
Yeah.
least. And then it
I
really
walk
starts
around like I'm trying to think of who a good limping character is.
limping. Quasimodo or limping? Oh,
I don't know.
Igor.
Maybe.
Igor,
Yeah, dude. I can't even. I
the
don't even.
Elephant Man,
I don't
shuffling.
walk
Do
normally
the
anymore.
curly shuffle. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey Mo, with the yeah, 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 yeah. You remember that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Curly shuffle.
It's the curly shuffle.
See,
Hey
I
Mo.
listened to Dr. Demento on the radio, but after a
Mo
while, it
little
just drove me
cheese.
crazy. I had to turn it off and quit listening to it and I
Oh,
probably
dude.
stuck with it for a good
I used
couple
to
of
love
years.
Dr. Demento back in the day.
I know, but it just drove me crazy to listen to that stuff after a while. I was just going squirrely, and I was like,
Did you
yeah,
ever hear the were cow sound?
I think maybe. Yeah.
This is moo, moo, moo. I'm a were cow.
So
Moo,
some of that
moo.
stuff gets in your head, like
Oh my god, it's the funniest shit I've ever heard. It's like this country song. He's talking about he wakes up naked the next morning with his head stuck in a fence. I'm a were cow.
you sure it wasn't a dryer? See what I did there? Ba-dum-bum.
Oh,
Um,
hey, circling back.
oh,
All right, Jen Psaki.
yeah. And you go to grab her and you go, "You got 6 stomachs? What the hell?"
I'm gonna have to brand you now, honey.
Ooh, oof. We love you. Yeah, but you ever get that song stuck in your head, It's just like,
Oh,
oh
dude,
man, that
all the
one
time.
song just all the time. That's why I don't
Yeah.
listen to a lot of music, and I really, I mean, I've had whole years, whole seasons where I've been working in the truck and I listen to music. And then, there was a season or so that I was listening to a lot of audio books, 1 or 2 years,
Hmm.
but I kind of got out of doing that. Not all my trucks have a DVD player in it, you know, And
I
the
do
tr-
the audiobook thing now when I'm going to bed at night. So instead of like listening to a stream, so it doesn't keep me awake, because if I'm listening to like Ethan or you or somebody else, then I want to keep hearing what people are saying and it keeps me awake.
Mhm.
But if I just put on, a book I've read before or whatever and listen to the audiobook, it'll put me right to sleep.
Yeah, audiobooks can put you to sleep. Yeah. Or my mind starts wandering and then I have to
See, that's
back it
why
up.
I think audiobooks are a really bad idea for long road trips. I know some people are like, oh, I just love putting on an audio, but I don't know if that's a good idea. I think you can stop paying attention to the road if you're not careful.
Yeah. Possibility. The thing that I really hate when you're driving is like if a commercial comes over the radio or something like that that has like a traffic sound to it.
Mm.
It really alerts me, like who
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
honked their horn or who, it really startles me. It's like, whoa, what was that? Or you might even hear a car crash on the radio or something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
a sound effect, and it's like, what the, you know, that's very dangerous. I almost think they ought to outlaw type stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it can be distracting, I think,
It can be distracting and you can get into a wreck, especially if you're in a hairy situation. I would recommend if you're like when I went to Atlanta this year, in April, if I'd heard something like that on the radio, I was freaked out enough as it was when I got down into downtown Atlanta. It was like, "Oh my god," 'cause they're like bumper to bumper going like 100 miles an hour. The traffic is so there's no way I would live there. No way. You
Well,
couldn't pay
dude,
me.
the highway I
If I
drive
did, I'd just stay at
every
home.
every morning on my way to work was the deadliest highway in the United States for like 25, 30 years running. 8094 running through the tri-state area of Indiana, Chicago, and Wisconsin. There's more accidents, more deaths, more everything than anywhere in the country for years. And I've been driving that fucking highway from hell for ever.
Dr. Mass Retro Elixir says, I used to get my mom with some of my music like Breaking the Law with the sirens in it. Yeah, if you hear
Oh,
sirens on
yeah.
the radio, you're like, what the hell? It's
I used
startling.
to,
And you don't need that you need to be laser focused when you're driving because you're in a speeding missile.
oh, Dr. Mask, I had an injury back in my 20s. I had a very successful surgery and I never seemed to have any ill effects afterwards, really. Uh, did great up until I just a couple of years ago. And then I stepped off a ladder wrong at my last job and felt something in my knee just kind of click, like it felt like a little bit of a tear. And ever since then, for the last 2 years, every time I walk, it's just getting worse and worse. And
Yeah.
I finally,
It,
I
it,
finally went to the doctor, and the doctor went, "How are you still walking around? You don't have any cartilage left." And I went, "Well, don't tell me that shit. Just tell me what I'm gonna do instead of surgery." So
mhm.
I
It's a
can't
little bit of
afford to
both,
take.
right? It's
I
wear and
can't take.
tear that you lived hard and
Oh,
also
dude,
worked hard.
I did extreme sports when I was a kid. I rode dirt bikes, wave runners, fucking goddamn surfboards. Fucking, I used to jump out of trees and off roofs. And I abused my knees as a kid, dude. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the price I would pay later. But I tell my kids now, take care of your fucking knees.
Omer Glitz says the winner of Dr. Mice Art Contest. Yes, congratulations, Omer. He'll be published on the inside back cover.
Really? Hey,
His
Homer,
piece. Yeah.
congrats, buddy. Yeah,
Congratulations. I think
Homer's getting
he
in on all these art contests lately, man. That boy ain't shy. Love you, Homer.
exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do an art piece for Dr. Mask anyway, because I'm sure this won't be the last book that he puts out, and I'll be ready for the next art
And I'll
contest. I
tell you,
really should have done one for this one. But
being shy out here in the indie comics world and the whole, YouTube scene and all, being shy ain't gonna do you no favors. So Omer, you are in perfect shape, dude. You have no shame whatsoever.
That's for sure. He's shameless. You can't hardly embarrass the boy, you know. But what's Dreamwatcher and then down there? Oh, I got these out of order. I got to put them back. Ooh.
Yeah, Dr. Mask, I do a lot of stretching and all that kind of. You'd be amazed at how flexible and everything I still am, even with the shape I'm in, with my knee destroyed the way it is. I can still fold myself in half, stretch my knees all the way down to my kneecaps, or stretch my head all the forehead down to my kneecaps, and grab my ankles and stretch my back, all that kind of stuff. I can still do all of that. It's just all the cartilage in my knee is gone, so walking is an issue. Every time I take a step, it's
Oh, there's still
painful, and I gotta
time.
think
There's
about it.
still time. Drop Dead Light is that the let's see date. Let's see, drop date light November 10th. So so is the contest still running till the November 10th? I've got time to get a
Yeah,
piece in.
I think that's what. Yeah, he was just saying it hasn't been decided yet. Omer's just trying to,
Oh, okay.
he's
Okay.
pulling a mail and he's
I
trying
thought
to
I'd already
influence
missed it.
the
I thought I'd already
audience.
missed it. If I've got to the 10th, I've got time to do something. In fact, I'll start something tonight. I had a concept in
See,
my
that
mind,
it's the same.
partial.
It's the same concept as mailing. Going vote early, vote often, vote for me as many times as you can.
Oh,
It's also the
okay.
same strategy to go. I've already won. You don't need to vote for anybody else.
I'm
It,
glad it's
it,
been extended or whatever. Maybe I just got
okay,
the date
you don't need it
wrong.
at all.
Uh, I thought it
Everybody
was
else can.
October 20th, wasn't it? Uh, I should be the winner. No, you don't have time, Rex. Okay. Um, well, I felt like I maybe let Dr. Mask down by not submitting a piece. Had a couple people reach out, but so far art has appeared. That is the hard part. But so far, no
You
art has appeared.
lazy.
Okay, yeah,
You
and you
couldn't
do have
draw
to
Dr.
format it and
Mask.
get it to him. So
You couldn't draw Dr. Mask a simple Edgar Allan Poe piece to try. Rex, I'm disappointed in you.
well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to start my Dr. Mask piece tonight on hanging with my homie.
Woohoo! All
Part 2.
right. There's still time. It's not closed yet.
There's still time for Rex to take away the golden crown away
You
from
could
Homer Glitch.
swoop in and steal Homer's win.
That's right. Yeah, kick him in the balls and run like hell. And another thing that I might on tonight is the full body design for Thorn, my character Thorn, and he is one of the 43. And I've already, his first. This is the first time I actually kind of, drew him in detail, but I have drawn out his whole body in just like a sketch when I got the concept for him. So his legs are fused together and his body is kind of made up of his spine. It's going to be a neat character, a scary character.
Okay,
Kind of like
Dr. Mask
Slave.
says November 12th is launch day. Do or die.
Do or die. Nice. Okay. So the contest, you're here to tell us that the contest, despite Homer Glitch, is the date. The date is the 10th because you launch on the 12th. Got it. So all submissions must be in.
You got a week left,
yeah,
Rick.
Rigged. It's rigged. Hard R. Rigged. I tell you, rigged. But yeah, I will be drawing Dr. Mask Retro Elixir. I will be
Yeah,
drawing.
Homer, sorry. You've been winning too much.
Nice.
You've been winning far too much lately, so I've been working behind
I think he said he's in like 10 or 15 books with this fan art.
Well, I mean, you can only let, Omer go so far before you come in behind him and cut him off at the knees. So I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that, Omer, but you gotta tone it down, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
Well, you
Don't tone
really
it down.
do want, if and I know he's backed up the launch too. I think that's perfectly fine, and to get people, first time comic book. If you're John Malin, big contest, and you're offering money prizes and stuff, you're going to have a lot of people jump in immediately and submitting stuff in a very short time.
Oh,
But if you're a smaller creator like myself, if I ran an art contest, I might get Omer and LZ and you and a few other people, but I'm not going to have a big response to that. So, maybe you need to extend the contest a little longer so that people can get the pieces done and get them into
yeah,
you.
at least get a good pool of artists in there, so it doesn't seem like it's rigged.
We don't know what. I hope he's not talking about me because I don't know what ethnicity Dr. Mask is, but he says Omer says the white man keeping us little pure, innocent boys down. I will win. No shame is correct.
That's not
Well, you'll
Doctor
win if
Mask.
you submit and and
That's
and
Omer.
and you can submit more
That's
than one
Omer, not
piece,
Doctor
right?
Mask.
You can submit more than one piece. Is that right, Dr. Mask? So Omer's got time as well. He said he might want to do a second piece too. So, you know, that that's cool because often you can only submit one piece. So
Well,
but
I hate to
you
say
know,
Omer was already right, and he won with the Shadowhawk piece that he did and included the Raven. So I'm not gonna say that, but it is what it is.
to verify my win. Well, if you do a second piece, I don't see, and he allows it. Yep, multiples are good, but only one slot available in the book. Exactly right. So you can submit half dozen pieces if you want to, Homer. That just tells me you're not sure about your piece that you've already submitted winning. Because we've already
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
the
yeah.
other artists that submitted a piece and it was nice. So,
Dude, I've
it's a
seen a
contest.
few pieces of people that have
But now
submitted.
I like how Dr. Mask is doing it, right? He's actually not doing it like some of these contests where you can rig the contest. Get a
No,
lot of your
yeah,
families or friends to vote and
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
He's
No, I like
actually got a panel of people who are he and a couple other people are gonna judge it. So I kind of like that. It makes it more fair, I think. They can base it on the aesthetics of it. And the good thing about his is I would say for his book, probably black and white is better than color because it's sort of gothic,
Yeah,
right?
it's not an expensive book. Back it 2 or 3 times. You can get 2, 3 copies, and if it takes off, who knows? You might make some money.
Omer Glitz says the other artists suck. Rigged. More Raven. Yes, I hear you, Shadow. More Raven. Yeah.
Ouch! Oh, son of a! Oh,
Well,
God.
we'll see. Maybe I'll do multiple pieces too if I've got time. So I need to write that down. So it's the cutoff is it launches on the 12th, and we can have you back on. You need to get with me, Dr. Mask, about promoting you after the launch or day of the launch. I don't care. So the cutoff is the 10th. Mask art contest. So the 10th, and you launch the 12th. If you want to come on with us on the 12th, the day you launch, great. And where are you going to launch your book, Dr. Mask? What channel? Where are you going to launch, or have you figured that out? Wrong. Color always win. Well, fine. Submit color. I just think for that, the gray toning and the black and white is probably good.
All right,
But you're
Homer.
right. Color does win a lot of contests, but I think in this, it's not necessarily true.
How
Because
does
of the
that
subject
work for
matter.
me?
That's what interests me is the subject matter and the characters and stuff.
If you're drawing Shadowhawk, I'm white, and if you're drawing Battlehawk, I'm black. I guess I'm biracial.
There you go. Dr. Mask says, yeah, also get with me and promote Dr. Mask. Absolutely. Don't think I can say just yet where I'm launching. Okay. Well, you're always invited to launch on my channel, just to let you know. And Omer would probably love you on his channel, but there's some bigger channels than us
And you could
for sure.
launch on my channel if you wanted to, although I don't know why you would want to. I don't
Yeah.
have that many
Right.
viewers yet,
There you
but I'm
go.
working on it. I'm
You did
hoping.
submit color. Cool. Yeah. I'm just saying the sort of Gothic, to me, it doesn't necessarily have to be in color, but you can do, there's color and then there's color. You can do drab colors, that's really mysterious looking and
I
whatnot.
didn't say it, Homer.
You didn't say what?
He's claiming I had a hard R in there somewhere.
What? Rigged. It's rigged.
Oh,
Everything's rigged. That's why Elmer Glitch didn't win this time.
okay.
Rigged. It's
I
rigged.
thought he was
Yeah,
accusing me of
see, emoji.
using the other slur.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah. So I'll
Not
get
that I
with you
care.
over on X and we'll set something up officially. And if you want to do that, to set up, I don't know when you're launching and maybe you don't know all the details. It doesn't necessarily have to be 4:00 shadow. Maybe right now I'm available for just about any time. I just need to know ahead of time and put it in the calendar.
Sorry.
What? What were you going to say?
We got a bot in the chat. Can somebody eliminate that for me, please?
Yeah, I don't care if it's in there. I mean, I think
I
he's been.
guess
I think he's
it's
been
for,
coming in every day and dropping that. We are broadcasting to Twitch.
I mean, I guess it's for a good cause. Breast cancer, maybe. Seems like. I don't know, dude. I don't trust these fucking bot accounts. I just fucking put them down. Put them down hard. With a hard R.
Keep viewers on streamboo.com. Streamboo.com. Okay. I didn't, what you got hussies and prostitutes over there? Cheap viewers. What? I'm not,
No, it's
cheap viewers.
I don't know. Did you see a lot of those things and they're like fake charities and this, that, and the other? Just
I don't see anything on breast cancer or whatever you're talking about. Where's that coming from?
Well, okay, let me read you his fucking name. It says subordinate mastectomy version 18.
Where does it
What?
say? I'm not seeing that in the chat anywhere. Did anybody else see that?
I just highlighted it, Rex. Can you see it now? Hold on. It's not
No,
letting me highlight.
you can highlight it on your phone or whatever your device, but that doesn't mean it shows up here.
I got a wrench in your chat. It's not showing on stage.
Oh, okay.
Subordinate
Janet
master
from another planet in the house. Hey, Janet. And
it's
Caleb
only like
in the house. Hey, Caleb.
It's only like 3 comments up, Rex. I'm sure you can find
this one right here.
Yes. No. Next one up.
Next one up is Omer Glitch. I don't see a next one.
From the same guy. Oh, Jesus God.
I know, but I'm only seeing the one on mine. I never saw the other.
Well, see, that just goes to show you he's a fucking goddamn bot because his new chat removed the last one.
Okay. Yeah, I never saw him except
now
for this
I don't
comment.
see the other.
And maybe he's been doing that, but every time he does this, this is all I see right here. I don't see the other if there's another one.
Okay, but still, all right, but bring that back up. That was the one I was talking about. Subordinate mastectomy version 18.
Yeah.
So his first chat was something about that, and then come give them money.
Okay. Don't give them money. Don't give them money. Only Twitch sees viewers see that. Okay. Yeah.
But it may be a very good cause. I just don't recognize the name, and I don't know them. So
only Twitch viewers see that, according to Caleb. So yeah, maybe it's
okay.
over.
Well, how am I seeing it on my fucking YouTube then?
I don't know,
I'm not
because
on Twitch.
all I've ever seen was cheap viewers on streamboo.com. So apparently apparently your phone's picking it up, but it's not. And
Dude,
people over on Twitch
I've
are
never
watching
opened
it.
a Twitch account. How am I getting fucking Twitch comments?
I don't know.
Okay, I
How
don't
did you?
know. Whatever. Fucking
You
internet's
know,
crazy.
you know what? It's trying to figure out. It's kind of like trying to figure out. How did you even make it on the show today after multiple attempts? It's we haven't figured it out yet. What the difficulties are. And what's
All right.
causing
Well,
all
hey,
this.
hello. I'm gonna have to let you go. I gotta start cooking up some dinner for the girls because Mama Hawk's working late tonight. So I got
And you,
to go.
do
Love
you know
y'all.
what you're gonna
Thank you for
have? What
coming.
you're gonna fix, or not
I'm
yet?
just making spaghetti.
Mm, that's cool. Hell yeah! I bet there'll be a lot of mushrooms in it.
Possibly. I don't know if I have any.
Because I
I
know
think
you like the shrooms.
well, I like all kinds of shrooms, but that's a whole nother story. All right. Hey, hello, everyone. Have a great night. Love you, and I will see you tomorrow.
Caleb says they will chat with you for a few responses and then ask you to join their Discord so they can make art for your profiles. It's a bot. Yeah. Yeah, I get that over on Facebook too. And actually, a big creator's name that I was trying to get come on the show, and it was their birthday even. Right after I'd started conversation with them, I said happy birthday and all like that. And you would think, oh well, thank you and all that. I forget that it's Jim something. He was like a writer, big writer, and they basically usurped his name, or something. It wasn't the real Marvel writer or editor, you know. Sadly, because I was trying to get him on the show, and it was just a bot or somebody pushing something, you know. But there will be another stream tonight. It may just be me. It may be Ian Elzy. I don't know. I'll give him a call after the show, see if he can come on and what time that'll be. Probably about 10. We might start a little earlier than that, but 10 works for me very well. The bots are evolving, so be careful out there. Yes, it's all the Skynet stuff, right? Hopefully we won't see any of that in our lifetime, but blessings to you, Gray. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, I'll be doing, just got back. Okay. Well, we're going to shut it down, Vinny. I'll get with you on X. Well, what time is your other stream? Generally I go about the streams about 10. I was going to talk to Elsie about that. If you want to just DM me, maybe I'll set up a thing with you, Vinny, if you want to do it impromptu today. I'm game. Sure, we can do that. Or my next stream will probably be about 10 p.m. But that's Central Time. Everything's based on Central Time around here. But which would be 11 Eastern. But we might go a little earlier than that. I'll just get with Elsie. I think he might be game for about 9:30. He's on Central Time as well. But yeah, I'd like to get you on, Vinny. But I need a hard date. That's kind of like with Phil. I can never get a hard date out of him. And then the one time that I thought I was going to get him and Brandon on together, they had a family birthday or something. I don't know. They had something and bowed out. So, I've kind of stopped pursuing it. If they want to come on, they'll come on and they'll make it easy. I don't feel like I need to just beg. And I don't want to be a nuisance either to the creators. I get it. I don't always feel like, doing these things. So I get it. Yeah, Vinny, get in here, brother. Shadowhawk says I'm free the rest of the night. Cool. Yeah. So maybe we'll try and go a little early, maybe about 9 or 8. You know what? I could, you know, we could do something with you. And if you want to stick around and draw with us or just hang out with us as we draw or whatever, that would be fine too, whatever, you know? So yeah, maybe we'll set something up early, you know, where I can actually like interview you and then, or talk with you, you know. I mean, I'm not going to grill you too bad, you know, just talk about your work, what you got going on and just catch up, you know, informally, you know. But also promote, sell some ticket, sell some stuff, you know, maybe, you know, I don't care if you make $1 or not, you know, but you know, I don't care if you promote or not, you know, come on the Shield, you know, we've just done straight Shield stream. A lot of creators want to do that and some want to hang out and just talk about the weather, you know, as well while they promote, you know, I kind of like that more informal interview with people. I want people to feel comfortable and feel like they want to come back. And we've one creator like that I know doesn't do a lot of streams except his own is Gary Shipman. We've had Gary Shipman on. I didn't mention him earlier. Maybe I didn't even have him written down in the book, in the calendar. But Gary says, yeah, this is fastly becoming one of the channels that I like to come on and promote on. So that's good. I'm glad. And hopefully he's listening and lurking, you know, as he works at the artist table. I want people to chime in and come in and also listen, you know, even when they're not the center of attention, you know. Hopefully we're giving you good entertainment and even better in 2026. So hello, and we'll see you later, maybe with some Vinny Tarnamelli, and you know, have a good time on another stream here coming up, hanging with my homies. We'll make it plural this time if we can get Vinny on with us. I'll try to get back on later, Rex, if not too late for me. Okay, I'll make sure you get that. Thank you, Dr. Mass, for coming in as always. And yeah, I'll be drawing some Dr. Mass contest artwork tonight, among other things. Bow for now. Check it out.